Good day everyone, welcome to the third dimension. In today's video, we're going to talk about 33 civil engineering points, concepts, and interview questions which every civil engineer or site engineer is going to face during his career. So let's get started. Question number one, how do you measure the volume of concrete? Well, the volume of any shape which is made from concrete on site can be measured by multiplying its length, width, and height. Or you could even say that multiplying its base area by its height would give you the volume of concrete. So width into length, which is the area, multiplied by the depth, which would be the height. So length, width into height. Question number two. What is the function of cover and concrete elements? Well, cover is one of the most important features of a concrete element. As you can see in the right picture here, cover is the distance between the rebar and the exterior face of the element. Cover is what separates or differentiates the rebar from the exterior face. That's what cover is for. And there are two different types of cover. One is effective cover and one is clear cover. So clear cover is from the rebar till the exterior face, while in the case of the effective cover, so we even have to include half the thickness of the rebar that we have included. So for example, if it's 10 mm, then effective cover would be 5 mm plus the clear cover. Similarly, these are cover blocks. They come in different depths and different sizes, and you can see them on construction sites. They're very common. And the functions of cover, the main functions of cover are that it protects the rebar from rust and corrosion. It protects the elements in the rebar from fire. So it means it acts as a fire resistance. It increases the overall strength, and it provides protection against chemical attacks like sulfates and chlorides. So these are the main functions of cover in concrete elements. Question number three, how do you generally check the level on construction sites? There are 3 or 4 different methods we have to check levels. Survey is one of the most, in fact, the most important part of any construction process. And survey is done throughout every stage. Whenever a concrete element or a slab or a floor is being constructed, survey has to be done before the start of the construction and during and after. Usually we have the dumpy level, the water level, the bubble level, and the leveling pipe. And these are the pictures. This is what we generally use on construction sites to check the level. Question number 4, what's the least count on dumpy level? How accurate is it? Well, the least count on dumpy level is 5 millimeters. It means it's accurate up to 5 mm. This also means that you can take readings to an accuracy of 5 mm. So 5 mm is the least count, and it's also accurate up to 5 mm of a distance, which is very good. Question number 5, how do you calculate the unit weight of steel bars on site? Well, the formula we have for unit weight is d square divided by 162, which would give us the unit weight for every running meter. If you multiply it by the L, so for example, if it's d squared divided by 162 multiplied by L, then that would give us the weight in kgs. But if it's only d squared divided by 162, then it would give us the unit weight for every running meter. So that's how we calculate the unit weight of steel bars on site. Question number 6, how do you calculate the unit weight of steel bars on site? Okay, that's the following of that. So we even have an example for this. For example, if it's d squared divided by 162, we have a 12 mm bar of 4 meter length. So that would be d squared divided by 162 multiplied by 12. And we would put the diameter of the bar. So 12 multiplied by 12 divided by 162, and that would give us 3.55 kgs. So this is the follow-up to the previous question. Moving on, what is the size of concrete cubes that we usually have on site? These cubes are prepared from every batch of concrete, and this is used to test the compressive strength of the concrete that we use on site. So the usual size of these cubes are 150 mm by 150 mm by 150 mm. which is 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters, as you can see in the right here. Moving on, question number 8. What happens when the compressive concrete strength test fails on the 28th day? Well, when the compressive strength test fails, then the first thing we have to do is we have to inform the upper authorities or the project managers. We even have to do a core cutting concrete test so that we could find out, we could, send those cores to the upper authorities and we could further discuss the case. So this is the answer to this question. Question number 9. What do you understand by M15 grade of concrete? M15 grade of concrete denotes the compressive strength of concrete, which is 15 MPa, and it has a ratio of 1, 2, and 4, which is 1 cement, 2 sand, 4 aggregate, and that's what M15 is for. M stands for mix, and 15 is 15 newtons per mm square, which the concrete cube is going to have on its 28th day. So 15 is the compressive strength, and M stands for mix, and the ratio of M15 is 1, 2, and 4. Question number 10. What is the density of steel? Well, the density, which is equal to mass by volume. So mass is in kgs, volume is in meter cube. So density of steel is 7850 kgs per meter cube. Question number 11. What does 415 denote in Fe415 gauge steel? It denotes the tensile strength of the steel. So let's change this. It denotes the tensile strength of the steel. Question number 12. What is the volume of 50 kg bag of cement? So the volume, or you could say that 150 kg bag of cement covers a volume of 0.035 meter cube. So if someone tells us that what is the amount of bags that we would need to make 1 meter cube of concrete, so that would be 1 divided by 0.035, equal to the number of bags which we would need. Question number 13. What is the most suitable slope for staircases? As you can see in the right here, that's the one, this is the rise, and these are the stringers. This is the angle. So a suitable angle which every staircase must have should be between 25 to 40 degrees. So 25 to 40 degrees is a suitable staircase angle. Question number 14. What is the minimum diameter of steel bars which should be used in columns? Well, it's 12 mm bars. I believe the minimum grade of concrete which should be used for columns is M20 grade. So M20 grade and 12 mm bars is the minimum which you should use for columns. Columns are one of the most, in fact, the most important compressive vertical members of a structure. So 12 mm bars and M20 grade concrete. Question number 15. What is the standard size of brick? Well, the standard size is 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter by 9, and as you can see in the right here, 190 mm, which is equal to 19 centimeters, sorry for that, 190 mm by 90 and by 90. That would be the length, the depth, and the width. Question number 16. What is the unit weight of RCC? It's 2500 kgs per meter cube. What is the full form of UTM? Well, it's Universal Testing Machine, which is used to test the tensile strength of steel bars. Question number 18. For how long is cement usable after its manufacturing date? Well, it's 3 months. And question number 19. 1 square meter is how much square feet? So it's 10.76 feet square. So 1 meter square, let's delete this t right here. So 1 meter square is equal to 10.76 feet square. Question number 20. 1 gallon is equal to 3.78 liters, or it's even considered as 3.75. I think both of them are correct according to the American and British way. 3.75 liters. So question number 21. 1 kilonewton is equal to 101.97 kgs. Question number 22. What is the free fall of concrete allowed? Well, it's 1 meters to 1.5 meters. Usually 1.1 meter, I think it should be 1 meter so that the segregation and bleeding of concrete on site can be avoided. So the free fall of concrete is 1 to 1.5 meters. Question number 23. What is the full form of ACC? Well, that's autoclave aerated concrete blocks. As you can see in the picture here, these are concrete blocks made from concrete. And question number 24. What is the minimum number of bars and columns? For square columns, 4 is the minimum number of bars, and for circular columns, it has to be 6. So 3 on the compressive side, the compression side, and 3 on the tension side. Question number 25. Ring and ball test is conducted on which construction material? Well, it's bitumen, which is used for construction of pavements, for road and highways. And what test is conducted to determine the bearing capacity of soil? Well, it's the plate load test, which gives us the bearing capacity of soil. Another very important property which we have to consider when designing the foundation of structures. And the question number 27 and 28, what is the minimum hook length as per IS code? Well, it's 75 millimeters or 9D. 9D is what mostly site engineers use. So 75 mm or 9D. What is the full form of EGL? Well, it's the existing ground level. And the NGL is the natural ground level. Moving on. Question number 29 and 30. A first class brick should not absorb more than 20% water of its dry weight. So if you soak a brick for 24 hours inside water, its weight shouldn't increase by 20%, which means that if we have a 1 kg brick and you soak it for 24 hours, the next day the weight shouldn't be more than 1.2 kgs. 200 grams is 20% of 1 kg. And the number of bricks in 1 meter cube of brickwork is 500. And this is without the mortar thickness added to it. So if you add the mortar thickness, then it's going to be less, about 475 or something close. And question number 31 and 32, what does 53 denote in 53 grade cement? Well, it indicates the strength of cement, which is 53 newtons per mm square. What is the minimum grade on concrete used for RCC works? Well, M20 is the minimum grade which RCC work needs. And anything below that, M10, M15, M5, this is what is used for PCC work, which is plain cement concrete. So for PCC, it's M10 and M15. These are the minimum grades. And for RCC work, it's M20. And finally, question 33, what is the initial and final setting time of concrete? Well, the initial time is 30 minutes and the final time is 600 minutes. So if you want to change these properties, then we have to add additives, retarders to the concrete mixture. So, but naturally, the initial and final setting time is 30 minutes or 600 minutes. These were 33 civil engineering questions, points, and concepts, which every civil engineer must know. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Thank you.